Are you ready?
Join on the corner where the big boys play.
Welcome everyone to Livestream Reviews. I'm Christian Karasiewicz. I'm the content marketing manager over at Streamyard. If you've read anything on our blog, streamyard.com/blog, chances are it's something that I've seen. And so we'd love it, if you check it out. And if you have any questions or if there's, specific topics you'd like us to cover, do me a favor and just, you can send me a private message. That would be great. And I'll see what I can do to make sure we're making the right kinds of content for you, whether that's blog content or video content. But Charles, are you ready to go? Let me see if Charles is here backstage. Give me a thumbs up, Charles.
Let's go, people. Hey, everybody. How you guys doing? Happy Saturday. And if you're like me, it's cold. It's cold, and a lot of snow. So quick question for you. Where's everybody calling in from? Put it into the chat. I see some people doing it already. Manitoba. We got LA. Keep putting it in. I want to know where you're calling in from. Me, after this, I got to go shovel some snow. I don't know about you guys. So let me know. What's the weather like where you guys are?
Fantastic. So I got to say, the weather where I'm at, Charles, right now, it's actually pretty decent. It's about 40 to 50. No snow. It's not even too windy either. So pretty nice.
I'm hating you right now, Christian. It's okay.
By the way, I just want to give a quick, point. So for those of you who are watching,
there you go. That's the first point right there. Christian's going to come up with the second point in a second. Hey, don't forget, if you want to know a little bit more about the show and how we can help you fix all your problems and, give you little tips and tricks, this is what the show is all about. We're here to help you, bring you on, find out what we can help you with, and move it on. So hold on, let's keep going. Countdown timers. What do we got here? We're ready. Where are you guys calling in from? We got Christian. Hi, Christian. Hi. Hold on. Everyone's hi, Christian. Welcome to hi, Charles. Oh, there you go. I was getting a little jealous there, people. There you go. So we got Jersey in the house. We got Colorado. We got Georgia, Colombia. Who else? UK. What time is it in the UK right now?
Afternoon, I think.
James is from the UK. Hey, James. Thanks for logging on, buddy.
Hey, so what I was saying, I don't know if this got through, Charles, but like I see a couple people have, I see like there's somebody in Freedom Cartoon here backstage. If you want to come on screen with us, you got to turn your camera on. That's the one thing we ask.
There you go.
April, thanks a lot for joining us. Adam's Exploits, I'm working on the internet. I'm not sure what happened there, but we'll see how things go. So I got a quick question for everybody, and this is just, it's a very simple, throw us a number out. So when you do a live stream, on average, how many viewers watch your live streams, whether that's live or on the replay? Or you like, hey, you know what? I get 5 on the live. I get, 50. I get hundreds. I know we've got quite a number, quite a varied number from a lot of our viewers. So I want to hear from you in the comments.
Yeah. And while we're doing that, I want to shout out some listeners that are always with them. Adam. How you doing, my friend? Adam's always with us, helping us out in the background, giving little tips and tricks for himself, what he does best. So Adam, thanks for joining us as usual. All longtime listeners, how you guys doing? Hold on, Italy.
Yeah, we got quite a few people. Yeah.
1806 right now. Ooh.
So 606. Yeah. Nice. So so this is good. I'm gonna just rattle off some numbers that people are getting. So we got people like Samantha getting 10, Giorgio getting 2,000. Giorgio, I'd love to know if you could just maybe leave a comment to further expand on that, like 2,000. What's your stream about?
Yeah, what are you streaming about, my friend?
Runny Egg has 30 to 40. Fantastic. 5 to 50 for Daniel Bell.
Hold on. Look at this. Hold on. What is this? 40 live and 3K on the replay.
No, that's good. Here's the thing. You got to remember, to get people to tune into the live, you got to promote your live streams. You got to tell people about it. And some people are naturally going to get it because of the fact that their live streams are very engaging and they're exciting. And that's what people tune in for, and so you got to kind of work through that. 5,000. I did 5,000 audience for Virtual Education Academy. I'm going to assume, somebody's tuning in for education. You're going to probably get a lot of numbers.
There you go. Nice.
David, says, hey, I've never done a live stream yet. So the great thing is who should be live streaming? Everyone should be live streaming. You
At
should be
least
live
once.
streaming and making pre-recorded video at least once a week.
Yep.
And here's the reason why. Because if you're just live streaming, for example, some content works better as pre-recorded content. Sometimes it's better to do a tutorial, right? And so you make the things work together. So if you just do live streams and you don't need pre-recorded might be somebody going to look for a tutorial on something you know about. And so if you do a live stream and all you're doing is live streams, mix it up, add a pre-record in there, make a pre-recorder, a VOD, video on demand, where you upload that. And that's something where somebody wants to learn something, they're going to learn about your pre-recorded video. And in your pre-recorded video, you need to have an element that says something like, hey, for those of you who want to check us out on our live stream, we go live once a week and we talk about X, Y, and Z. And then these are things that are going to help you better, drive people more to your live streams. So fantastic. This is awesome hearing from all these people. So let's get started. So that was our question for the day. Just a couple of quick points. So basically, for those of you new to the show, very simple. All you have to do, Charles, do me a favor. Let's drop the backstage link.
Okay.
And for those of you who have a question, put a Q at the beginning of your comment. We would prefer, if you want to come on screen with us, we can talk through your live stream. We can take a look at your live stream if that's what you want us to do. We'll give you between 3 and 5 minutes. We'll talk through it. We'll help you out. And then we'll send you on your way. Very simple. We want to get through as many people as possible. And by the way, one other little tip. Today's show, we're going to try to do 1 hour and 30 minutes maximum. So
if you want to get on, you want your questions, don't hesitate, don't wait. Put it in there. This is going to be a rapid fire show. We want to get as much questions out, much answers. Because funny thing is, I think, Christian, you answered it too. Somebody was asking about, she did something on Canva. She couldn't download it. Was there other options? That's what we're here for. That's what we're here to answer all those questions, how to help you out different ways. So if you're there and you're listening, I hope you got it done. So there you go. It's all about the family, guys. And
what we want to do is we want to help you move past some of those challenges, some of those obstacles you have.
Yep.
And that's a key point. So, that's our goal. We want to help you move past some of those challenges because we hear people, saying, hey, I've not live streamed before. Why haven't you live streamed? Is there something holding you back? How do we help you out? Okay, cool. So Charles, do we have anyone backstage? Let me see what we got.
Yeah, but just turn on your cameras, guys, so we can see that you're ready to give us some thumbs up. So we have Freedom backstage. There you go. Put your cameras on.
So Ramat, do me a favor. In the private chat, I need you to tell me what your question is. Okay, so we got Ramat sitting backstage. I need to know what your question is. Normally I have a green room helper. This week we don't, but not a big deal. So,
so put your question in, and then we'll bring you on stage.
And Charles, if there's any questions you see that need to be flagged, feel free to flag those for me as well. Let's use the starred comments feature.
I did some earlier. And if you have a question but you don't want to come on, just put it in. We'll start and we'll answer any of your questions.
And I'll tell you this, it works better when you come on because we can talk. It's a lot easier to talk with you versus try to guess what you mean. So Zachary is asking, can we ask technical questions about the platform? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You can come on and ask us those questions, or you can just put those in the chat, whatever you want to do. But we like to meet our audience. So
you can ask us about our setup, what we do, how we make it smooth for ourselves, what techniques we try. Any questions, we're here for you. So let's go. All right. By the way,
David Matney, feel free to join us. You got a good question about, what's the link we should use for a live stream. So we'd love to have you join us. Awesome. Okay. And Adam, by the way, before we kick it off, I do have some plans. Yes, I do actually. So
he's not taking me out to dinner, my friend.
But I do have some plans. And but here's the thing. It's also about valuing your time.
There you go.
I want to make sure that we value your time. Okay, Charles, feel free to bring on, let's see if Ramat, please put the question in the private chat for us.
There you go. Put it in. Okay. We got a lot of questions. While he's doing that, let's knock some of these off real quick.
Okay. Yep. Do it.
Is today's okay, real quick. I put this one in. Is today's setup similar to last Saturday? We like to change it up all the time because different people have different questions. Some people want us to look at their streams itself. Some people want us to look at their technical things. Some people ask us questions like, what mic you're using? Like, what lights do you use? What soundboard are you guys using? So every time it's always a different type of show. So There you go. So tune in every other Saturday. But
We'll
just
get
to
to that
let
in
you
a second.
know.
Yeah, we'll get to that. No, we'll talk about that at the end.
Okay.
But so to answer that question though, okay, so there are 2 shows that we do we do them on Saturdays, and the first one is live stream reviews, where we talk about, like, we have you come on and we talk about your live stream. And then there's also, if you have a YouTube channel, we have a specific show called YouTube Channel Reviews with Daniel and Dee, and they talk only about YouTube. They look at your YouTube channel. They look at any of the other stuff you do. They just look at your YouTube channel because that's their thing. So, so that is a specific show about that. So we won't answer YouTube channel questions, like specifically things like that. But what we will do is we will answer anything live streaming related. Cool. Okay.
All
so
right, we got Jeff, Muhammad, everybody that's in the green room. Can you just go to the private chat and just type in what your question is going to be, and then we'll bring you on stage. So go ahead, everybody. Just type it into the private chat, and then we'll bring you on. All right, let's go to some of our questions.
And here's the thing: we're asking that because we want to vet you before we bring you on. That's our reason. So
there you go.
Okay, let's see what questions we got. So,
here's a good one.
Yep, go ahead.
Here we go. For newbies, what's the length we should do to shoot for? You know something? First timers, I always say try to go for half an hour. Okay, that way you can learn, because you're gonna do all your bugs. You're gonna make mistakes. It's fine, but try for at least a half an hour show with your breaks, and that includes your drop thirds. Maybe you have a slideshow, a commercial. So try for half an hour. It seems like it's a long time, but trust me, it goes fast, just like that. So for my suggestion, start off with just a quick half an hour show. And then you if you like the flow of that, then you can go either shorter or a little bit longer, but go for a half an hour mark.
So I got to say this. I'm seeing a lot of really good questions from people, but I want you to come on screen with us. Like there's like Pastores has a great question. We keep having trouble. They're asking about video speeds and whatnot. I want you to come and join us on screen because we want to be able to try to work through that. Because it's going to be a series of questions we're going to have, and it's a lot easier for me to talk to you and understand it a little bit better. So, okay, cool. Okay, so who do we have here? So it looks like Ramat left. You know what? I'm going to go and bring on Jeffrey, actually.
Yep, let's bring him on.
Jeffrey has a question. He's asking about some cameras, a Canon Vixia HFS 100, a Sony Vixia HFS 10, and then he's asking for a webcam. He's asking if those work as webcams. So, Jeffrey, you ready to come on? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. He knows the drill. Okay, how long is he going to be on for, Charles? 5 minutes? What do we got?
Yep, that's good.
Okay,
let's do it.
5 minutes.
You can hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you, Jeffrey.
How you doing, Jeffrey?
Doing good. How about you guys?
Good.
Not bad. So what
Jeffrey,
question you got for us?
Is those cameras you're going to buy me and Christian, or are those cameras you're asking for yourself?
Asking for a person that wants to ask me the questions for live streaming.
Nice. Okay.
He wants me to find out if you can still use it as a webcam, I guess.
Charles, you know the answer to this one?
Well, let's put it this way. What's his goal? Because Christian and I are at 2 different levels. I'm a webcam guy and Christian is a full camera guy. So it depends on what you're going to do, because I use webcams because I decided to use the Stream Deck so I can change different views. Okay. Christian, he has a camera, but he uses an A10 mini, right, Christian? So if he wants to switch, it's that way. So the first thing the person has to think about is what level do they want to go for? Like, cameras are always better. You can change the ISO on it. You can do the fading background. You can do more things. So the question is what level does he want to start off and go for?
Would it work for Streamyard at all?
Yeah.
So if they have one of those cameras, they're going to probably have to do a couple things. They're going to probably have to get a capture card, and you can get any capture card. You can get we always recommend the Elgato Cam Links, but they can try the inexpensive ones that are $10 or $15. Obviously big prices. But I'd also say, like, it depends on the software they're going to bring it in. If they don't want to use a capture card, they can, if it's, for example, Canon has their own Canon webcam utility. They have the Canon, let me see if that actually supports your camera. So there's a Canon webcam utility, and what that does is it only lets you stream at like 720, I think. But it also only works with some cameras. It doesn't work with all cameras.
Okay.
So let me see something. So, and you're using a camcorder, and that's the key thing we got to make sure.
Yeah.
So most of these are like the EOS series, like, let me see. And then the other thing you're also going to want to pay attention to with these, by the way. So it looks like the EOS series, if you're a Canon user, and the PowerShot are the only ones they're supporting through their webcam utility, which would mean chances are you're going to need to also buy a capture card.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's in your budget. That's some stuff to think about.
Okay.
I mean, when I look at those kinds of cameras, I look at it and I say, okay, like, is it because you just want to reuse them, or is it like what's the goal, I guess, with that? Because
To stream on the road, I guess he wants to stream like with Streamyard with me, and so he wants to use his camera instead of his phone.
I'll be honest, if is he using a laptop with this, I assume?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'm going to give you my 2 cents on this. My 2 cents is I would use an application like a Reincubate Camo or Earring Cam or something like that, and unlock the power of this. This is going to give you a much better picture quality than I think those cameras will.
Okay.
Because you've already made the investment into this. This is like $1,000, phone, for example. Like, just about every smartphone is about $1,000.
Yeah.
And so when you use their software, here's what's cool about it. It unlocks, like, so for example, this has like 3 like lenses on it. It unlocks that through their software. And then you just bring that as your camera. And I will say, from a travel standpoint, this is super easy to use. I grab my laptop, I grab my phone, I grab a cable, and then I'm done. And I put a tripod or something on it, right? And that's it. That's what I would do if it were me. Because then that way you don't have to deal with, okay, I'm carrying a phone and I'm carrying a camera and I've got to get another tripod and I got to buy a capture card and things like that. That's my take. So,
Then
Charles,
I
any
also
advice?
like
Easy
go
and
ahead.
simple, because we know a couple of people that they actually shoot their whole show with their phones. So, and they're doing a great job of it. They put their phone up and they've been doing that for years, shooting it with their phones. So,
Yeah.
And also, like, a feature request is embed code with the screen sharing, because like with sharing the screen, sometimes the stream that I'm sharing goes down, and just embed code would be better.
Okay. So
sharing
for something
feature.
like that, do me a favor, go to streamyard.com/contact.
Okay.
And there's a form to fill out there, and just seriously, just fill it out.
Okay.
Fill it out. Tell our developers what it is you want to suggest to us. And then they'll do our best, and we'll do our best to like work through it. Give them as much detail as possible. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
all right, we got some other people coming in the green room. So, like we said, if you're in the green room, just put your questions in the private chat, and we'll bring you on. All right.
Very cool.
All right.
So let's see. We got a lot of good questions here too. Let me take this question
Here.
from Samantha real quick.
Go ahead. Yep.
Samantha says, how do I boost my viewers when I go live with StreamYard? So boosting your viewers is going to be on you. It's all on you. So
Here. Sorry,
Yeah.
Kristen, go ahead. Like he
But
said,
yeah.
it's all on you. Did you tell the questions? 1, did you post that you're going live to all your friends and your networks?
Yeah.
Do you have an email list? Did you blast it out and say, hey, guess what? Thursday, I'm going live with this special guest or this topic. All right. Did you set the timer? StreamYard's got a timer where you can put a little banner logo in there with some great details and hashtags. Are you using the tools and pushing it out? And also, after you do live, do you tell people, do you do snippets, like little teasers to let people know that you're going live? These are all work that you have to do before your show. Just don't go live and think you're going to have all these people fall into you. So
Right.
you got to do the work ahead of time.
And it doesn't work. I mean, here's the thing. I'm going to bring up what NLTMW says here. Advertising equals growth. You have to tell people about your live streams. So
Yep.
you can't just expect, just because you're going to go live, that you're going to get a lot of people to tune in. You have to work the process, meaning you got to promote it to your viewers. You've got to, like, as Charles mentioned, you got to do the email list thing. Ways you can increase your viewers might be to test out multi-streaming, which is where you go live from StreamYard to multiple channels at once. Like that is going to be a way that you could potentially test and say, okay, like for example, if you have a YouTube channel and you've got a Facebook group you're streaming to or a Facebook page, if they're two different audiences, you're potentially then reaching a bigger audience. But you are going to have to do the heavy lifting on that sense. And the other thing also, how do you increase viewers? You got to tell people, but you also need to, like, just doing a live stream is not the only thing you need to do. That's like 10% of the process. So once you do a live stream, the other thing you also, once your live stream is finished, you need to consider, do you have a landing page on your website where all of your live streams go? Do you write a blog post specifically about that episode and then embed the video, for example, from YouTube? Do you have calls to action in other materials that you make to let people know that you have a live show? Don't just assume just because you publish it on the internet that people are going to tune in and they're going to know about it. They don't. And a lot of people say, hey, I'm not comfortable promoting it. You have to promote it.
Right.
And that's the biggest part of things. So great question, by the way.
Here's one that I want to put up.
Yep.
It says, what if you are on the free plan and you don't do pre-recorded? What would you do? So here's a question. Okay. Do you want an easy road or the hard road? Because you can do your shows, download them, and then go to each platform and repost them yourself. And that's a lot of work. When StreamYard does it for you, you do your show, you just go back in, click, set the timer, it's all done. So the question is, how invested are you into this program? How invested are you into your streaming? That's what you got to figure out. It might be time for you to, take the next level on StreamYard, go for the next tier. Because for me, you download it, then you have to go to Facebook, set it, upload it. Go to YouTube, set it, upload it. Go to wherever you're going. That's a lot of work. With StreamYard, it's click, 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 and you're done. So the question is, where do you want to go with your streams? That's what you have to figure out.
And to that point, so what they're asking about is there's a feature that's available when you move up to the basic plan. It's pre-recorded streams. And what that does is it means you can do this. For example, I'll just throw out, so I'll throw an example here. Let's say I happen to have lunch plans today, right? And I was like, oh, well, Charles, we normally go live on today at, 12 o'clock. Instead of me, and I'm like, oh, well, I can't make it today, right? What we could do is we could pre-record the entire show and then share it as a pre-recorded live stream, which means you basically are premiering the video at whatever time you would select. And then basically you record everything beforehand, you schedule it as a pre-recorded live stream, and then it goes out at that time. You are not actively engaging with your audience. It's for those times when you're not available. Or maybe you got a conference you need to attend. For example, Charles, I know I've got a conference in a few weeks and I'm not going to be available. So we're going to pre-record some videos and some questions and things like that. And then we're going to premiere them as a live stream. And we have to make sure we tell our audience it is pre-recorded. We can't just publish it. We do have to actually tell them it's pre-recorded. It's a requirement of the social platforms, but that's typically how that works. So, so if you're on the free plan and you want that, you're going to have to upgrade, you're going to want to upgrade to the basic plan. And that's going to give you more than just like, adding pre-recorded streaming. It's going to give you custom RTMP destinations. So you can stream to Amazon Live. It's going to give you the ability to work with overlays and logos and backgrounds and customize the live stream a lot more. You'll even have multi-streaming to 3 destinations. Right. So lots of options.
So and here's the funny thing that I like using it for. I do my shows in the daytime at 10. A lot of people can't catch my shows. They're like, oh, Charles, we really want you to watch your show, but I'm at work. Okay, no problem. So I do the live and then I set the replay right afterwards. Get more viewers that way.
Yep, definitely. So, okay. Isaiah. Okay, I think we've had Isaiah on, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So Isaiah, perfect. Okay.
Isaiah, you ready? Give me some thumbs up.
I don't really know what your question is specifically, but let's bring you on. How are we doing, Isaiah? How are you doing?
Hey, doing well. How you guys doing? I'm here again.
There you go. And Isaiah, you're using the faded background.
Replays. Is that right?
What's up?
You're the guy with the 3. Go ahead, Charles.
Right. It's like Chris and I are married now. We finish each other's sentences.
I don't know if we're finishing each other's sentences today, but yeah.
We're asking you, are you using the faded background tool?
Yes, I am. And within the last week, I think I keep running into some issues where I had to distance myself. If I get too close or too
Yep.
back,
Yeah.
it kind of
Yeah.
creates a little problem. I kind of noticed that within the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
I'm still
Yep.
trying to figure out what it is.
So part of the problem that is going to be figuring out, like, you have to figure out what that separation is. Like, I'm going to
Yep.
put myself full screen real quick. So mine's doing this because of the lens that I have in my camera. So it's designed to be, you know, like I move in front of it. It's very quick to focus, things like that. That's the lens. Yours is using the automated feature. And so in order to like get yours right, you're going to have to figure out like some contrast between you and the background.
Yep.
So for example, like it looks like you're in a fairly big room. So it's like you got a hallway on that one side and you got
Yes.
a wall on the other. And so that sort of creates a difference of depth. You see?
Okay, so if I move,
So potentially you could test moving, and then just determine, you know, how close you need to get, that sort of stuff.
okay.
So I actually think that looks pretty good. So
Yeah.
Okay, great.
cool. So do you have a
So-
question for us, or what do you got?
Yeah, I have a question.
What's up?
I keep so instead of using the default 2 minute intro from YouTube, I keep doing the 1 minute for me, no, for my channel, and then during that 1 minute, I'll tell them thank you, this and that, and then I start putting some other comments in the chat room in the screen for about a minute. So my question deals with that. You know, I keep seeing other videos or YouTube videos saying, hey, you know, after your live, you go back and then you edit and you add your end screen. I normally have an end screen that I pop up at the end of my live show, and then 24 hours later, I just go in there and just drop the videos for my end screen. I was not doing that. I was doing trimming it, and then I realized that deletes all my comments from the chat room. So that's why
it
I
does,
started using that. So I always have questions, and you guys give me always a lot of advice. Is there any way
sure.
to take a look at my last live and just take a look at it and potentially
Yeah.
get any
Do
feedback
me a
or
favor,
anything
put
like
it in
that?
the put it in the comments for me, and I'll grab it.
Put it in the private chat so he can find it real easy.
Or yeah, private chat. Sorry.
Okay, so let me find it real quick and I'll put it in there. But no, that was a. I mean, I'm trying to instead of doing the 2 minutes, default from YouTube intro, you know, I tried to customize it and use my own.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would say that. Yeah.
yeah, go
Go ahead. Sorry. I was gonna say, in terms of timers and things like that, there's a lot of, you're gonna have like across the board. There's so, you know, everybody's opinion is gonna vary. So there's a lot of people that are gonna say, hey, you know what, they love doing. You know, a lot of people are gonna say, hey, they love doing. Charles, let's put the 5 minute timer up. By the way,
Okay.
a lot of people are gonna say, you know, they love countdown timers. Other people are gonna say they don't like it. You know, I've seen some really good ones lately where people have been doing they've been doing like they literally don't have a countdown timer. They come on screen.
Mhm.
They say like, hey, this is what today's episode's about. They put up a thumbnail and then they go right back into it. And that's their timer. Like, so
Yeah.
you have that, you have the 30-second timer, you have the 2 minute one, you know, it really is going to vary. And I think the key thing is going to be, you're going to want to test some things out. So on your video, by the way, you're sending me, am I looking at that specific time or just looking at the video overall?
Just the video. I mean, I don't because of
Okay, cool.
all the stuff that I'll always learn from you guys. So I started using Canva and creating like my own backgrounds and everything.
Nice.
And so
Nice.
it's improving. It's improving. Thank you
Cool.
to you guys. I appreciate it.
Awesome. That's what we're here
And
for.
my
so.
channel's gonna be in Spanish, so when you
It's
bring
okay.
it up, like the whole thing is in Spanish.
It's all good.
Cool. Very cool. By the way, for those of you who have questions, I see a lot of people like Karinder asking, hey, can I ask a question? Of course you can. You can come on screen with us, or what you can do is you can just post it in the chat. Okay. So Isaiah, let me pull this up real quick. Okay, so I've got your video pulled up. I'm just gonna play this. I got no sound on. I'm not gonna put sound on it because I don't want to get flagged for things.
Yep.
And let's just flip through. Okay, so what kind of, well, let me get rid of our ads first. What questions do you have? Do you have any specific questions on anything?
So
So you got a 30-second timer. Okay, cool.
Yeah, use a customized, 1 minute timer
Mhm.
with those comments on it, or you. What I have seen other people use, like they put a picture, like you start your live with the picture and saying
Okay.
we'll start soon, and then
Yep.
they run that picture for about a minute or 2 minutes. So I guess that's gonna be something that I need to try back and forth, see, because when I look at my analytics, like I can see
Yeah.
a decline. Well, it kind of goes both ways. I see a decline, and then other lives, it takes about 2 minutes to 3 minutes to actually followers or subscribers to start showing up to the live. So it's kind of like a fine balance in between.
So here, this is what I'm gonna time in. So I was on someone's show and they told me that, they do a 5-minute countdown. So their countdown's 5 minutes. So they start the clock and it's 5 minutes, and then they just wait for people to come in. But they have a lot of followers. They have thousands of followers. So when they see the countdown coming in, yeah, he puts it on for 5 minutes, and they all jump in and they log in and they wait for him to jump on. For me, I don't have that many followers. So when I did a 5-minute countdown, I lost some people because they were just coming in real quick to say, hey, let me support Charles. Let me see what he's doing. Let me come in. But because I had a 5-minute timer, they're like, I can't wait. And they left. So I had to cut my timer down from 5 down to 2. And then the 2-minute actually worked better for me because it sent a signal out to all my platforms, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of them. And it gave enough time for me to get ready. So there was a balance there. So you're right. You have to find a little midway to go. With this platform, before we even start, you guys are already in there talking to each other. We come on, boop. It's like 1 minute and we're live. So it depends on your viewers and what you've set up. So you just have to practice that and see what your fans are there. Like, are your fans on right away? Are they waiting for you, or do they slowly creep in?
Yes, they're slowly creeping in. So that was the intro part. Now the end screen, at the end of my live, I have a video that I usually pop up, how you have it on the right side, and then at the end I said thank you, goodbye, and then I'm gonna leave some links for follow-on videos. I normally use that at the end of my lives. Yeah, for the first 24 hours, like there's not gonna be anything on the little screens because YouTube, I guess, has to wait 24 hours for me to update it.
They have to process it. Yeah.
To process it. I don't know. Any feedback whether that's the way to do it or not do it and then trim it, and then I'm gonna lose the chat comments.
I would not trim
people
it.
Learn.
No, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't trim it either. The comments is key because when people comment, they see other people's questions. They're like, oh, that's what the show was about. What was happening? Like right now, we have comments going crazy. Everybody's talking and helping each other out. So I wouldn't trim it. That's my personal thing.
Okay.
So I mean, I'll give you.
We always learn. Yeah. Like we always learn from the chat room. Every single one of you Streamyard lives. You're learning from you guys and learning from everybody else in the chat room. So thank you.
So I'm going to give you my parting thoughts on this. I think that I would not trim the timer because you're going to lose that valuable chat that you're getting. And in your case, you were getting. We looked at your stream a minute ago, and you're getting quite a number of viewers. And so you're losing a lot of valuable information when you do that. And you can't get it back if you trim that. So I would say leave it. And then on the other side of it, I think that you're going to want to experiment with things. Here's the thing. If it were me, I would start to try to brand some of this. So yes, you have your logo up there, but if you're like, you know what, I want the color scheme to be a certain way, or I want the countdown timer to be looking good, that would be your next step. It would be like, okay, like here's the thing, you don't have to overhaul the entire timer. If you're like, I just don't like the style of the timer, something like that, then consider having somebody make you one that is branded to you. But personally, I mean, I don't really think you need a timer.
Okay.
So that's what it comes down to for me. So,
all right. Well, guys.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
Awesome.
I'm always here trying to learn from you guys, from everything, from every single one of you Streamyard shows. So thank you, appreciate it.
No problem, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks, bye. Very cool. Okay.
There you go. It's a learning curve, and I'm going to steal Christian's saying.
Take it, yeah.
Analytics. I was never a big analytics fan until I met Christian, and he's right. You do one show and you go, wait a minute, why do I have so many people at the very beginning? And then you do another show and you go, all my viewers at the end. What did I change? What did I do different? Look at the analytics. Countdown, no countdown. Timer, no timer. That's what they're there for.
So by the way, I see we got a lot of really good questions. Just a heads up, what we're going to do is we're going to do a lightning round on that in a short while.
Yep.
But I got a bunch of people waiting backstage. Isaiah, I want to thank you for joining us. So let me see who's next. We got a couple people waiting. I just need to see if their questions are backstage so I can know what they are before we bring them in. Okay. And by the way, let's go. So with Joe, you got a good comment. I'll address that here shortly. Okay. So let's see. Let me see. I'm just trying to read. Okay. Ramat, let me know. Ramat, are you good to come on?
Thumbs up, buddy.
Give me a thumbs up, Ramat. Are you good? Okay. Aaron, what's your question? Aaron has a question. I don't see it in the chat for us. Okay. Ramat's good. Okay. I'm going to bring Ramat on and then Aaron, let me know your question. Okay. Ramat, how you doing, Ramat? You need to unmute yourself, by the way. There you go. How are you?
Yes. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Charles. I'm from Indonesia.
Fantastic.
So let me, yes.
So what can we help you with?
Yes, in Indonesia. So basically, I'm a little bit to train a lot of people here to use Streamyard. I'm a trainer in Indonesia, and we collaborate before with Dana Benz to open the ceremony in Indonesia. And some question from the school that already joined the Streamyard to use, and I cannot answer that. When we create the broadcast, we can create at the same time multiple broadcasts, and we can use to the other class or another person can also make a live streaming in the same time. The problem is we cannot make the different background, so the background can still there the same background. So basically, maybe because different topic, we want to use a different cover, different background, and also different things that probably can make the live streaming interesting. So my question, can we use different background at the same time when we do live streaming in Streamyard?
So I go ahead, Charles. You want to take that one? Go ahead.
So one, you can change your background on the fly. So that's first thing people don't understand is that as you are doing the show, you can change the background on the fly. So for example, right now we have this background, and as I'm talking to you, I can change that background. We can change that background. We can change the colors right on the fly as you're doing it.
And that's specific to that broadcast. Okay. Got it?
Okay. So the different broadcasts, not different and not change.
For different broadcasts, you can have different backgrounds. So I'm let me share this with you. Well, just think like this: each broadcast is unique. So, for example, Charles, change that one to whatever you want to change it to.
Okay, so let's go with the purple.
And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add this in. So this is a totally separate studio. Okay, and I'm going to go over to this is the same studio, but here, let me see if this will work. Let's see. So let's see. I think this is the different one. Let's see if I got the right one. So yeah, so we've got purple, and I'm going to change this. So this would be a separate broadcast, you see?
Oh, okay.
So I'm able to change these to whatever I want. It doesn't have it, in this case, I'm going to skip the purple one because we already got the purple one, but it doesn't have to be the same. Does that make sense?
Okay, right now it makes sense. So we can change during the broadcast, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
The first time.
So for me, when I'm doing a certain topic or I'm doing a show and they're doing like a giveaway or something, or they're doing an award show, I change my background to match what we're doing on that stream at that time. So if you're doing a show and you're going outside, I do an outside background. If we're doing something to do with cars, I have a cars background. Change your theme to match what you're doing. Because you can actually, if Christian moves up a little bit, you can actually upload your own background. So not only are these backgrounds there for you from StreamYard, you can upload your own background.
You can click here, and then now you have this new ability to add some different ones in, for example. So this is totally separate from the, adding, we're in two different studios, basically. You see? And you can drag these to reorder if you want to and whatnot as well. So if you want to move this at the top, you can put it up here if that's what you like. Okay.
Okay, really helpful. And also the
And then
second question.
and then the other thing I want to show you real quick while you're there is you can have multiple brand folders as well. So if you have different classes, for example, you can create a new brand folder here at the top, and you could have completely different sets of graphics and everything that goes with them.
And that's the easiest way of doing it. So instead of changing it for every show, go in and make folders for every class. So all they got to do is when they're about to go live, they go to that folder, click it, and all their stuff is already preset. So I do 4 shows a week for different people. Instead of me every day changing up and putting different things, I have folders. When I go to help them, I click their folder. Everything they sent me, everything they want to do is already preset.
Okay, to make it easy to set. Okay.
Yep.
Yes. So what was your other question? We got about 30 seconds. What was your other question?
Oh, 30 seconds. Okay. So when we, I totally suddenly forgot what
No
I would
worries.
like to ask.
No worries. If you think about it, come back on again, and then we'll give you another 5, and then we'll keep moving on if we have time. But thanks for your question.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Thanks for watching.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Folders. Hold on. Let me go back to our main. I was loving the purple there for a second.
Yeah, I know, right?
But that's the main thing. Yeah. Folders. We said this last year. People don't realize that there's folders there to help you. If you're doing a class for different things, put it into the folders. It's easy to find. It changes on the fly automatically.
By the way, I got another little pro tip here for everyone as well. So if you're on, and I think this is a Streamyard Pro user, I'm going to share this screen real quick and just talk about this.
Okay.
So if you are a Streamyard Pro user, one thing you can try if you want to put some, let's say we get a lot of people asking for animated backgrounds, things like that. If you go into this background area in your Streamyard studio, if you're a pro user, by the way, you can collapse these, by the way, if you see this, scroll down to the add background. If you have an animated GIF also that is less than 3 megabytes, you can upload that here and it will actually be used as a background.
Yep. I do that. I do that right now.
You could test that out. So
yeah. And that's pretty fun.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay. So let me just get this link over to Samantha. She wants to come on and I guess she has some questions.
All right. Did she put her question in?
I'm not sure. Check the private chat.
All right. Let me see. Okay.
Up to you, Charles.
Okay, hold on. Let's bring her on.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing? Aaron, you there?
I don't have any audio on you, Aaron. You've got something going with your audio?
Aaron, can you hear us? All right. We'll bring her back on once she fixes her thing. So her question was, how many followers do you need to have? But it's really up to you. When you're doing your streams, some people start off with 1 follower, 2. You keep streaming until you build. So that's something that you have to start doing yourself. You know what I mean? As you build, as you grow. Some people are like, well, I have no followers. Should I stream? Yeah. You're going to build. That's the way how you build. Don't worry about it. When you first started off, we had no streamers. I had no followers. But I'm not going to gain them until I start streaming more often. That's the number one thing to do. You have to stream.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, it's about building momentum.
Yep.
So if you've never done it before and you've just started a YouTube channel, for example, here's what I would recommend. I would say, go check out the YouTube channel review show where they can give you tips on things you need to be including in your videos you make. And then on our side, let's get your setup right. Let's help you work through some of these, if you have a challenge with something. So, and I love that.
The more you
stream, the more you build your team.
That's all it is.
Nice little saying.
There you go.
Okay. So Aaron, we're going to bring you back on. Let's see if this works now. I think she's moving around. Let's see.
There you go.
Okay. Feel free to bring her back in when you want to.
All right. Let's check some of our questions here. We got a lot of questions coming in. Love them. A lot of questions coming in.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Aaron, we're going to bring you up. Let's see if, can you hear us? Aaron,
are you there?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. How you doing?
Good.
Okay, so what's
So
your
what-
question for us?
Did you have a question?
Yes.
All right,
Okay,
so
what's
go
your
ahead.
question?
All right, we're
Okay,
gonna try
here's
her a
your-
little
yep.
later.
Okay.
I think her phone keeps chipping in and out. All right,
Cool.
so let's answer some of these other ones.
Yep, sure.
I
Let's
want
do
to
it.
answer some of these questions here. What is the most common mistake newbies make?
Ooh,
Okay,
that's such a loaded question. Okay.
I'll give you a couple of them. Right, not streaming, not streaming, not streaming. You're going to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. The common mistakes is they're too worried about being perfect. They're too worried about having the first perfect show. Every show is going to be perfect. Christian will tell you, I will tell you, we push wrong buttons. We bring in the wrong person at the wrong time. I'm doing a show and I'm supposed to bring in Christian, and I brought the other guest in. I did this big build up for Christian. He does this. He's a streamer. He's known really around the world. He does this. He does that. Please welcome to the show, Christian. And I brought Michael on. You just you gotta roll the punches.
I gotta say, NLTMW gave me a good chuckle here. He said one common mistake is being muted when the stream starts. That is definitely a mistake that a lot of people make.
Yep.
And keep this in mind, by the way. So when you join a stream, if you mute yourself, the host can't unmute you.
No.
And so we always try to give them advice of, what, if you're joining someone else's stream, let the host control it.
Yes. Can you say that one more time, please, Christian?
Sure. If you're joining someone else's stream, let the host control the muting and the unmuting. Here's the thing. All the people that are backstage with us right now, even though their mics are unmuted, we don't hear anything. The only way we hear them is if we click and add them to the studio.
That's correct.
So just because they're backstage doesn't mean their mics are open, things like that. So I love that comment, NLTMW. I'd say the other mistake I think a lot of people make, and this is one from Adam. Adam says poor audio. So the most important part of a live stream is not the video quality, it's the audio quality. I'm going to use Erin as an example. Erin had, she had some audio issues there, and we couldn't hear her. And so that's the most important part. It doesn't matter that if she's on a mobile phone or whatever, it's the audio, because we could still have, because there's a feature in StreamYard where you could, if you go into settings under general, there's a feature for using what are called audio avatars. And so I'm going to use the example here. I'm going to stop my camera and you're going to see this. And this is the audio avatar. So if you don't have a good quality camera, but you have good audio, I can still join your live stream and I can talk to you and you can hear me. I don't necessarily have to be visible all the time.
But as long as your sound looks good, that's what's the main point. And the great thing about the avatar is you can put your picture in it. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. So if your guest doesn't have camera, we actually helped somebody else before. She said, "Oh, the camera doesn't look good." I said, "Forget about the camera. Put a picture in the avatar, but get yourself on screen."
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So Charles, we gotta motor through a bunch of questions here. So let me see who else we got here. So that's a good question. So I think, in terms of mistakes, I think the other mistake I think I would say is that people wait for newbies, they wait for people to join, and that's not the way it needs to work.
No.
You need to just we don't wait for people to join.
No.
You start the stream, you start going through it, and in this case, it starts to build as you talk to people, as people start to get notifications, things like that. So you need to just keep doing your live stream, but you need to make sure that it's also long enough. So for example, if your stream is only going to be 15 minutes, Charles, I think you said do 30 minutes earlier, try 30 minutes, try 45 minutes, try 1 hour, but you have to give people enough time, to, i.e. get notified and get there versus just waiting for, you could wait 15 minutes for people to come in. Just go. And
my pet peeve is, Christian?
Yeah.
They say start at 6. So we log in, we're at 6, and then they go like this. "Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. We're just going to wait a few minutes for more people to come in." Why are you waiting for? You said you're starting at 6. I'm here at 6. So I have to suffer for you to wait for more people? No, I'm here. If you have 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, you start at 6, start at 6.
Cool.
All right. Here's another question real quick. Charles, which mic do you use, and can you put it in the comments? Thank you. I use the Rode Pod mic. So this is the Rode Pod mic, and it's great for me. It's easy to use. It's got some weight to it, but it's one of the best mics that I've used to do podcasting and voiceovers. Directional right here on top, and the better closer you get, better sound you get. So that's what I'm using, and I just have a little spongy over it for my plosives. And plosives are your p's and your s, so that's why the scrunchies on it. But besides that, it looks like that.
Yep. And just kind of keep in mind with mics, I mean, there's various ones. I mean, Charles has that mic. I've got a Shure SM7B. Other members of our team use a Shure MV7. You don't need a super expensive mic. I threw a good option in there. It's called the Samson Q2U. It's a $50 mic. I think it's $50-$60. It's an inexpensive mic, and the quality is very good. And it has USB and XLR, so you can always grow with it. So awesome. And Backyard Politics, just speaking of mics, he's asking about the EV RE20. The thing with mics is you're going to want to test them out and see what works for you. Because, for example, Charles's mic works great for him, but it may not work for me.
Nope.
And so it doesn't matter like, oh, well, I bought the most expensive mic on the market. Who cares? If it doesn't, if you don't sound good when you use that mic, it doesn't matter. So start with what you have, but make sure you get, make sure you test out the mic. And my suggestion, I tell everybody all the time, if there's a Guitar Center or a place like that, or a music store near you, go to the music store. And a lot of times they will have demo units of all of these mics. You can see what they look like, because you're going to want to see, well, hey, how big are the microphones? How much space do they take up? Depending on your desk setup. But you can also record and see how you sound, and they can give you recommendations as well.
So here's a funny thing. I actually started off with the mic that a Christian put into the chat.
Yep.
And then as I grew, I moved on to this mic. But here's the funny thing. Because I moved to this mic, now I have to change the mic arm, because this mic arm can't hold the weight of this microphone. So these are little things you have to think about. So I had to go order a new mic arm coming soon.
Yep. And so, so it's just some stuff to consider. Okay. So let's see who we got next. So I see Samantha Stewart has a question. Samantha, are you ready? Come on.
Thumbs up, Samantha. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. And there she is.
She had a question, and let me see what her question was. It was about how long should she go live with Streamyard, I think is the question. So Samantha, how you doing?
Pretty good.
There you go, Samantha.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. I think this might be your first time joining us, I think.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking just some time out of your Saturday to join us. So what can we help you with?
So I have this black screen on my live stream that I've done a few before, and I is wondering if I could change the background for more people to know what's like your background on us right now.
Okay. What plan are you
with
on?
With the free version of StreamYard.
Let's see. So I think on the free plan, let's see. So you can't customize the background on the free plan. So you need to upgrade to the basic. We have the basic plan, which lets you customize the background, the overlays, and things like that, the logo and whatnot. So the free plan is going to have the stock stuff. I would say this: if you're on the free plan, just kind of consider are you streaming to other places as well? So, for example, when you move to the basic plan, it gives you not just the ability to customize like we're doing, but it also lets you do multi-streaming. So if you want to stream to YouTube, multiple YouTube channels, YouTube and Facebook, custom RTMP, like Amazon Live or something like that, that would be available through the basic plan as well. And we have a good question here from Jewel asking how much is the basic plan. The basic plan is $20 a month, billed annually, or it basically saves you a pretty good amount of money. So that's how you'd go about being able to change the background. If you're on the free plan, you can't change the background.
Sounds good.
Okay. Did you have another question for us, or was that?
No. How long should I actually go? Like, I've been going out 1 hour or more than 2, so.
Okay.
I don't want to go up 20 I don't want to go more than 2 or an hour because the free version gives you only 20.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's 20 hours. I mean, per month, 20 hours per month is actually a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, I only, on some of my channels, I only stream like maybe a couple hours a week. And I'm talking like less than 3 hours a week. And if I total that up, that's 12 hours. So it depends on
Wow.
how often you're streaming. So it's like 12 hours a month. Like that'd be what I would be using. So, so I would still be able to use that in the free plan. But what I benefit from is the ability to customize the stream and to make it my own and to tie it into my branding. Because think about it like this. If you're streaming about something and like you're doing it to bring in customers, for example, it's going to pay for itself. If people are seeing a stream and they're like, hey, you know what? That looks really branded. That looks really polished. Like they're going to not have to then figure out, well, okay, like, oh, are they cutting corners on things? You know, like, are they, you know, like it's going to look better, I think, to them, more professional, more polished, to where then they may say, hey, you know what? Oh, I want to work with them because I know who they are. Oh, wow, they got a really great looking live stream, right? Versus, oh, they're using the free, like they're using, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
That's
so I consider.
I had.
Okay. Awesome. Yep. And in terms of time, I mean, I think I'd recommend, Charles, do you have any recommendations for that?
No, if you're doing it and people are watching, but the thing you have to realize is your topics engaging 24/7. If you're doing 2 hours, but people are not engaged, you're going to have fall off. So sometimes it's better to do a shorter show, more impact, more quick, more engagement, and then come off. So then that's what you have to decide. Am I getting drop-offs? The key thing is everybody has to remember is when you do streaming, if you look at the top left corner, it shows you how long you've been streaming for, but it also shows you the numbers and who's watching at what time. So if I put my cursor over it, it tells me that the most streams we're getting is from YouTube. We got some people watching on Facebook, but most of our streamers are coming from YouTube. These are little things you can keep watching to see where your guys are coming in from.
Right.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye. Hey, Charles,
right.
we got, let's see.
Want to
Got
knock
some
off
good questions. No, let's hold the questions. Actually, let's hold the questions.
Okay.
So,
we got about
let's hold it.
5
I know.
minutes. So
We got 30. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
So
yeah,
we got a couple people waiting
these.
backstage. So let's see.
Yep.
For Villa Maravilla, let me know if you're ready to come on. Give me a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay. There we go.
I don't know what your question is, but let's bring you on. How we doing? I know
I'm fine. Hey, Christian, Charles, how are you?
Hey,
how are you?
Nice to hear you, buddy.
I just wanted to say hi and thank you for all the advices that you gave me in my channel. I'm about to reach 1,000 pretty soon, so I'm happy with that. And I did a change in the layout and the image of the channel, so I just want you to check on that and give me your thoughts.
Sure. What's the channel again?
Like my name, like my username. The show.
Yeah. Sorry, let me put it up. Okay.
All right. So, quick question for you, because you're sounding nice and clean coming in. What mic are you using?
Actually, it's a Chinese knockoff.
Okay.
But it works. It cost me around $25.
Okay.
Okay. So, what do you want me to check out on your video? I got it pulled up.
And also, I got a new reflex cam, and I want you to give me some advice on that. Also,
I think the camera looks good. Actually,
it does. It looks.
I think the camera looks very good. Actually,
it's clean. It's nice. You got some. I see you have some color on your wall in the background there.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks real. What are you using?
It's a T7 Canon reflex cam.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's clean. Really clean. Like I can see all the dots in the chair behind you. It's like it's coming in all the holes. It's not blending in. Yeah, it's clean.
I also updated my chair. Remember that last time I was here, I wasn't using a proper, and my back is really feeling it.
There you go. So, hey,
it's feeling as it is feeling good, or like hopefully it's
it
feeling
is.
Good, right?
The pain stopped.
Listen, I have no shame in my game. I bought a cushion seat for mine as well, because we sit there. We sit here for how many hours a show, and I was like, yeah, you feel it. You have to be comfortable when you're doing streaming. So, make yourself comfortable. Get the proper chair, get the cushions, get get the footrest underneath the desk. If you want to do things properly, you have to feel comfortable. If you're always moving around, you don't look good on camera. it's not going to work. So
Yeah, but and any advice? I mean, start with whatever you have. I started with a webcam, then I moved to a phone using Iron, and then I have this. And also the mic I'm using now, it's better than the one I started with, just using the computer mic. So start with whatever you have. My advice to the new people, and little by little start building up your equipment.
Okay, so what? So we got a couple minutes here. What do you want me to look at specifically?
I just did a new intro, and
So like, can I look at this one?
yes. Anyone
Okay, I gotta say, I will tell you right now, thumbnail wise, I like this thumbnail over this other one, just because I feel like this one's like there's a lot going on this one. This one not as much.
Yeah, well, it's on Fridays we do like recommendations for movies and stuff, and that's why I use those little thumbnails.
Cool. Okay, I gotta say, I already like the intro.
Thank you. I did a stage theme. This year is gonna be space.
Okay. And here's the thing: you don't have to change these very often, but I think this looks very good.
Yeah,
I actually do different intros. I have like 6 or 7 different intros, so and I change it as I feel.
Nice. I gotta say, I like what we got going on here.
Oh, can I?
Do you see what it says up where it says Streamyard? Proudly made with Streamyard, because I really do it proudly with Streamyard.
So here's one thing that not many people know, but you knew and you're doing it. So I want to point this out as well. If you have a GIF, you can use the GIF in the logo section. You see how in the logo is moving?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I love moving things.
Yeah, you can actually put a GIF in the logo top right corner.
But please increase the GIF size. I mean, 3 megas is very few for me.
Yep. So I use one too for mine as well. So yeah, like, there's so many options with StreamYard. There's so many cute little tools that you can use to make your stream better. You don't need anything else. Everything is built into StreamYard.
So I gotta say, okay, so I like the intro. So if you want feedback on the intro, I like the intro. I like the motion that you've got going on, the animation. I think just a couple of things I would probably tweak.
All right.
See if you can maybe sharpen this.
Okay.
Possibly, see if you can sharpen that, because that's a little hard to read. I'll tell you right now.
Sure.
But overall, I think everything's good. I think the color palette's good. I like that. I like what you've done. I like the improvements you made. I got to say, I think the intro is my favorite. So,
quick question for you: the bottom right corner, is that another logo, branded logo?
It's like a watermark for people to get subscribed.
Yeah, this is a YouTube. It's a YouTube thing.
Oh, okay.
So otherwise, no. Otherwise, I think it looks good. That's my only change I think I'd make.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to use the string thing. I'm trying to learn. I did a string for 5 seconds, as you mentioned the other day. But I'm like slow when I put it and then change everything, and I'm still in the middle of changing things when I'm already on the screen. So.
Oh, you mean like the switch over that I do?
Yes.
Okay, so it comes with practice. So when you're changing your themes,
that thing.
You have to know what you're going to next. So what I do is, and what Christian does, I have on my other screen a layout of the show.
All right.
So I kind of know, okay, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. So when I do switch cameras, I'm ready for the next one.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got a couple quick questions. We got about a minute left. And then Grillin' and Chillin', by the way, who's up next, do me a favor, put in the private chat what your question is specifically for us. So for Villa, I've got a couple quick questions from you, from Dave Neely. They want to know, are you using an animated GIF in the logo section in the top right and an animated GIF background in the top left?
Yep.
So top right, yes. Sorry, top right, yes. Animated GIF in the logo section. What about that one in the opposite corner? How is that being added? Is it going in as an overlay? Is it as a
transparent overlay? And you upload it just like an overlay, but it has to be transparent, so you will be able to see yourself.
Cool. Awesome.
Thank you.
Any other feedback? Any other questions real quick? You got about 20 seconds.
No, we're waiting for you, Christian, in my show whenever you have the time. That's the only thing I want to say.
We'll work on it. Just you know how to get a hold of me. So
love it, buddy. Love it.
Oh, don't be mean.
All right. And I'm gonna put this in here. I love that he said that. You know why? You can never run out of gas. We have a community of so many people that are doing great things. So if you're ever doing a show and you're like, well, I have no guests. Yes, you do. Go into the StreamYard community and say, hey guys, I have a show coming up next week. I'm looking for somebody that's interested in this. You know how many people are doing fishing shows? How many people are doing art shows on here? How many people? There's collaboration.
That's a great advice.
And when you collaborate, you're showing them your audience. He's showing them your audience. You can both build your audience because two people are the same. So if I'm doing a cooking show and you're doing a cooking show, it'll never be the same. Our styles are different. Our shows are different. So collaboration is key, guys. So,
and the only other piece that I want to add, my parting thought on this would be, don't just have somebody on just because you need a guest.
No.
Make sure that it fits. And I only say this because some people, they're like, hey, I need a guest. Here's the way I do guests. So I have a spreadsheet I personally keep of every possible guest I want. And I have so I have two spreadsheets. I have a Google Doc. One has, or a Google Sheet. One has every single live stream I do with who the guest is. And then I have a separate tab that is there anyone that I would ever want to have. And what I do is I fill up the first sheet with all the, slots of when I'm going to do my live streams. And then when I need to go pull for my guest, I'm constantly pulling from, hey, I've got, there's 5 new people on this list. Hey, let me go and try to reach out to people. And I don't just reach out to one person and say, okay, hey, I want to have you on my stream. I reach out to multiple people at once because I know that sometimes you're going to get people that are going to be able to respond immediately. And other times you're going to get people that aren't going to respond for a while. So why would you bank on one person coming on your live stream? It's better to have more people booked.
Of course.
So that's the way I would work with bringing guests. Awesome. So for Villa, thanks so much for joining us for live stream reviews this week.
And congratulations. Your streams are looking better every time, my friend. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. You're amazing.
All right,
awesome. Bye. Okay, Charles, we got one last guest we're going to bring on.
Okay.
And then we got a lot of questions we got to answer.
I see it. Oh, he already knows. He's got the
grilling and
thumbs up.
chilling. You're coming in. You got 5 minutes.
Let's go.
Let's do it. How we doing?
Hey guys, thank you for having me up. I totally appreciate it and thankful for what you guys do. Quick question. I'll make it quick. Doing the countdowns on starts, like when you start, right? I know I pay for the not the pro version, but the basic version. And when I'm starting, it's like I want to go out and start finding better countdowns, right? Because I want I want to start looking better. And then also, I'm going to throw this out there about multiple cameras. I always have people go, "Oh my gosh, you have a cool setup, multiple cameras, and all this stuff." All I use is my cell phone, and if I'm using my laptop to stream.
Yep.
And your cell phone makes a great camera, and I'll let you guys talk about that. Boom.
Oh, it does.
It does.
100% does. And I mean, I always tell people like it's it's an expensive camera.
Yeah. I mean, how much do we
pay
pay?
that phone?
Right. How much do we pay for cell phones? Seriously.
Yeah.
Right.
But here's the one thing I'm going to say just to everybody. Use your camera. But you see, when you're shortchanging yourself because when you change it, go full screen. Most people shoot like this, and then you have the blacks on either side. Okay? Like you guys said, look at the size of the screen. Why are you going to cut it off? So instead of shooting things like this, rotate it so you're getting full screen, full view, full of everything. Like you said, $1,000 for it. So why am I going to cut it off short?
Yeah.
Open it up wide, full screen, set it.
Yeah. So on the countdowns, I know there's places you can either make them yourself or go grab some.
Yep.
Right. What do you have any suggestions? Is what I'm trying to get.
What's your budget?
I don't want to spend a gop. I'm not monetized, so everything is just basically coming out of pocket anyways. So, but it's coming, and I want to start making. I'm gonna start paying for stuff and making it look better. As I go.
So let me rephrase my question. Regardless of budget, are you a designer?
To a point.
And seriously,
a
be
little
honest
bit.
with yourself,
I can do it.
I will tell you, I'm not. I can be a designer, but it would take me extra time. So, are you a designer?
Right. I'm pretty savvy on a lot of stuff, and it's just all about the program. And when you buy the program and make all that stuff yourself, right? I don't know if that's what you're getting at.
What I'm getting at is if it's going to take you, like, it's great to learn and test and push yourself. But for example, if it's something that's been on your list for like 6 months, for example,
right? Yeah.
go to, I'd say either go to a site like Fiverr
Mm-hmm.
and, and ask, make sure you do your research on Fiverr, but they're not like, you're not going to go spend like hundreds of dollars on a countdown timer.
Right.
And so go to a site like Fiverr and ask them, you know what? Hey, I need to hire somebody to make a countdown timer. Guess what? You'll have it this weekend, very likely, or Monday. Right. And it will not be something that's been sitting on your to-do list. You just simply go to them and say, hey, you know what? They're going to ask you for like a logo, what kind of look you're going for, things like that. And then obviously the other option is you can go with a Canva or things like that. Just remember, they're not going to be as customizable for the most part. Like you may not be able to change the length of the countdown timer or, maybe some of the styles or things like that. So that's my answer to you. My answer is, how do you move it forward?
Mm-hmm.
And I think to me, it would be go to Fiverr, probably hire somebody there, join our Facebook group and ask in our group if there's anybody who makes countdown timers, because there may be people that are designers that, I know, actually, you know what, do me a favor. If you tag Annette McDonald, she works at she's the co-founder of Easel. And so just tag her and, she might even be able to put you in touch with some resources or things like that.
Oh, Annette. So, okay. She's part of Streamyard, right? Annette.
She's a good friend.
Okay, good.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's what I would do. And then there you go. That moves you down the field with your timer.
Perfect. You guys are amazing once again. Have a fabulous weekend. And I appreciate you guys having me up.
All right. Before you go, I didn't ask this for the rest of them, but I'm asking you, when do you stream and what do you stream? Tell us real quick.
Okay, real quick. There's my name, Grilling Chill with Mojo. Every Saturday morning, I do a live breakfast feed on my back deck or sometimes in the kitchen. No matter if it's 20 degrees outside, 10 degrees, I'm still cooking. I have an amazing setup and I just love to cook. I don't know how I started this. I ended up having a YouTube channel and now, here I am StreamYarding and all kinds of stuff. Yes. And I try to put at least one other video up per week.
There you go.
Nice. By the way, do me a favor, grilling and chilling. Email me marketing@streamyard.com. I love cooking as well. So maybe we could chat and do something at some point or something or whatnot. So just reach out. Okay.
All right. Timer's up.
All right,
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
I wonder how far he is from me. Can we do some Uber Eats and he can send it over to me or what?
Yes. Okay. So Charles, we got about 25 minutes. Okay.
With a billion questions ready to go.
Sorry, we got 20. Sorry, we got 20 minutes. We're also running a giveaway, by the way, but you don't have to do anything for that. We'll pull the giveaway winner here shortly. Let's go through these questions. Okay. So we're going to do rapid fire Q&A. This is very rapid fire Q&A.
Okay. Here's one for you right off the bat.
You bring up the questions and I'm going to, how to set Streamyard on my Mac computer, but use my iPhone as my camera. Okay. So Angela, what you're going to need to do, Charles, I'll get the video. So Angela, there's a video on our YouTube channel. I'm going to try to get the link for you. And it's all about, you do need to use a piece of software to do that. It's not going to be like a plug. Like you can use Iriun Cam, IRIUN. That's one option. And I'm going to also put another one up for you here as well. Okay.
Next one. How do you add music with a countdown?
Oh, with a countdown. So that's a loaded but easy question. Okay. Yeah. So how do you add music with a countdown? So what you're going to need to do is you're going to make your countdown timer outside in a third-party tool like a Canva or something like that. Then you're going to need to have your audio track, and you're going to basically have your video track in Canva, and you're going to bring in the audio track. So you're going to have video, audio on the bottom, and then you export it, and it's going to bring the music together with that. So that's going to be how you're going to do that. The other way you could, the other way you could do it. So inside of StreamYard here, by the way, we do have background music now available under brand, and you could play the countdown timer, and you could have, for example, I'll turn some music on real quick. You could have, some sort of music like this playing, for example, in the background if you wanted to. But that's going to be how you're going to go about doing that. Okay, Charles.
And the same thing we say every week, before you add music, it's got to be what? Copyright free music. Okay. Make sure you're allowed to use that song. Don't just grab any song from anybody. All right, here we go. Next one. Can't link my private Facebook group to the transmission. Any thoughts?
My recommendation would be you need to contact Martha. You need to contact our support team, streamyard.com/contact. and they can help you with that. Chances are the issue is you're going to need to probably reset clear the cache and then reconnect something. There's something that didn't get sent over when you tried to connect it. Okay. What's next?
Is there a way to fade in a video other than having second delay between?
What I would do is so not directly in the studio, but what I would say is if you want to add a fade, I would either add it to the beginning or the end of your video. And then maybe either combine them as one long video, and that way you could have the fade and have your video play completely. And Charles, I assume you're also removing the stars on this as well, right?
Yep. Yep. Doing it all at the same time.
Okay. I'm going to take the next question. Zakaria is asking, is there a way to automate transitions on StreamYard? So there's not a way to automate transitions at the moment. But it is something that we have gotten a lot of requests for at streamyard.com/contact. So in terms of like having transitions, that's really going to be up to you and your run of show, what your live stream is supposed to be about. I'd say this, keep it simple. Don't make it complex. Okay, next question.
Yeah, how can we remove background?
Okay. So it's going to be dependent on the plan you're on. If you're on the free plan, to change the background, you're going to need to upgrade to the basic plan at streamyard.com /plan or /pricing. Okay, what's next?
Okay, here. We answered this earlier, but we're going to say it again. Can we use an iPhone for webcam for a second camera?
So that's a good question, actually. So now, if you're a StreamYard Pro user, I don't know if you all have seen this, you have the ability to add a second camera inside of your studio. If you go to the share option and then click on, you'll see an option that says extra camera. I'm not sure if that actually works with an extra iPhone. I think your phone's still going to need, you're still going to need a third-party tool to get the phone to recognize. And that's typically because of how the phones have to be connected. So
because it's not plugged in.
They don't usually just let you plug. Yeah, they usually make you plug directly in, like Mac makes you plug directly into the computer. And then if you have like a third-party tool, the way those work is they make you run an application on the computer itself and on the mobile phone to be able to sync up. So that's going to be how you'd have to bring in something like that. The other option you do have, by the way, is you can also send the guest link to that phone, and that will give you a second camera without having to connect to anything. But you are going to want to make sure you mute the phone with a dongle and a pair of old headphones.
Because you're going to get feedback. How many people can you add on to the basic plan?
You get 10 on-screen participants. 6 in the free, up to and then 10 people on screen. Okay, let's do it. Keep going.
Question. He wanted to come on earlier, but didn't have a chance to. How do you do picture-in-picture during the streaming? How do you do picture-in-picture?
So that's literally just going to be clicking on the... So it depends on, I guess, what picture-in-picture you're looking for. So, for example, if you had 2 cameras, I could have a camera right here, and I could have a second camera where it's like focusing on my desk, and I could just use the share and then the extra camera option there. That would be a way to do that. The other option you could do is if you go to the layouts option, there is a picture-in-picture stream layout there. So that's something you could also consider.
All right, here we go. What is the best headsets when doing a live show?
You got any feedback on that one, Charles?
Everybody knows I use these ones right here. All right. Yeah. MEE. And if you notice, Christian has them and I have clear ones in. They're actually inner ear. So they wrap behind your head, in your ear. People can't see it. You still look good on camera. Instead of using big headphones, like I used to use these ones.
Yeah, exactly. I used to use something like that. Yeah.
Instead of doing that on camera, you got some nice inner ears. So there you go. So the ones I use are right there.
Awesome. Okay, so let me see what else we got. There's a good question from Two Papas and their Pops. What's the individual audio recordings, also multi-camera option? So if you're a StreamYard Pro user, the individual audio at the end of the stream, if you're somebody who wants to like turn your live stream into a podcast, let's say there was like, so basically as we're recording right now, it's putting Charles and I and everyone else's audio into one file. When you have the individual recordings checked, what happens is it gives you audio for Charles, myself, anybody who has come into our live stream, and you're all individual files, so that if we wanted to like edit at the end of the show or just pull out a snippet from like one of our guests or Charles, for example, we could do that. That's what that's going to do. And you'd simply download that at the end of your stream. And that would give you the ability to then have all that for editing and whatnot. Let's see. So here's a good one. Will Pale Dieters wants to know, will Streamyard ever do vertical layouts for those cell phone instances? This is the one piece of advice. I'm not going to say we wouldn't ever do it. You can go to streamyard.com/contact. I'd like it if you'd submit that to us. But the thing you have to remember is that most destinations don't support vertical. And most cameras do not support vertical. That's the other thing. So, for example, anybody who's using a webcam, a DSLR, they don't shoot in vertical. Like you can rotate the DSLR vertically, for example, but chances are the feed that's going to come in, it's not going to come in vertical on the social platform. There are cameras like Logitech makes what's called a stream cam, and it has the ability to, it's a webcam and it rotates both ways. But most of them do not, like most of them, it doesn't matter. They still shoot horizontally in landscape mode. So go to streamer.com/contact, send that to us. Let us know let us know about that feedback, and we'll do our best to see if we can incorporate that. Let's see. What else?
What is the best webcam with a good quality and I can put on a tripod?
So, Yusuf, most webcams can go on a tripod. There's usually a thread on the bottom of it, and so you literally just gonna need to, a lot of them, they have like a little hook on the bottom of them. You just, like, for example, you just unscrew. Some of them you just pop the webcam off. Some of you unscrew, and then once you do that, you'll be able to put that onto any sort of tripod. I am going to put a note. So
I'm using the Logitech C922, and it has threads underneath. I'm also using the Logitech 615, and if you look on the bottom, there's a little rubber cover. You rip that off, and then the threads are underneath.
Awesome. What other questions do we have? Let's keep going. And we'll run a few minutes over, I think, today, but we're not going to be like terribly over, I think. So.
Okay, here we go. Do you think having the name of your show on the background is distracting? Should it be just on an image or a pattern? What do you think, Christian?
I will tell here. I'm going to bring up one thing real quick. So let me see. I have a background. We have a StreamYard background. Actually, let me see. It looks like this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So here's the thing. We've got the StreamYard logo and the StreamYard background in the background. I don't necessarily think it's distracting, but I have two different ones. Here's one. Here's another one. Now, I think personally that's distracting.
Yeah.
But it really depends on what you want to go for. I mean, this is very subtle. I mean, Andrew, you're a designer. So, this is to me is distracting. It's too busy. It distracts from, like, I think the video feed. This is not as distracting. So it's more subtle. And this is even more subtle.
I like this one. This one, it's subtle. It's faded in the background. You can still read it, but it's not so much up in your face. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen some streams that have their logo bold going right across, and I'm like, okay, I know that's what it is because I'm actually on your show. So you don't have to tell me I'm on your show when I'm on your show, because I'm on your show and I picked your show. So think of it that way. Branding is something that it needs to be subtle sometimes. It doesn't have to be all up in your grill. Little things here and there, subtle, people recognize it more. So there you go.
By the way, I'm over here dropping a bunch of links for you all as well for some of these questions that people have. What's next, Charles?
We asked this already. It says, can you add your own background?
Okay.
Yep, we can definitely do that. We showed you a couple of times in all these questions about background. Make it your own. You know what I mean? If you're in the next plan, you can design your own background. Go ahead and do that.
Cool. Keep going. Let's go.
All right. Some other ones here. Okay, let's try this one. By streaming, sometimes the automatically stop my videos. YouTube.
You take that one. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you take something. Sorry.
No, you take it.
I had another one. I use background music to use. Okay, when streaming, sometimes they automatically stop. Yes, because maybe it's copyright music. You have to be careful when you're using music that you paid for. It's not a copyright strike. So sometimes if you're streaming and you play music and they shut you down, it's because you're not supposed to be playing that music. So make sure, I'm going to say it again, over and over again. copyright free music. There's so many platforms out there that you can buy music for like 10 cents, $1. You know, you can purchase monthly plans where they give you new music every month. So make sure that you're using music that you're allowed to use, copyright free music. All right. So that's maybe why they're shutting you down. Oh,
Awesome.
and if I remember correctly, YouTube has a category too of music. So if you're only going to be streaming on YouTube, they have their own library as well. There's a couple of songs there that you could use. So be very careful when you're using music, people. And here's another question for you. Why go anywhere else? Streamyard has music.
Yeah.
They have a feature now that you can use music that Streamyard actually looked at, made sure it was okay to use. So why are you making it hard for yourself? Just go straight to Streamyard, go to the bottom, and there's a whole list of different songs you can use. So there you go.
And kind of just playing off this real quick, we have a comment from Two Boys and Their Pops. They said they had a karaoke stream and someone was singing but sounded really, really good. I don't necessarily think it's the sounded good. I think it's the fact that
the track,
you have to get it cleared.
It's the track. Don't forget too, the track that you use. Here's a funny thing. You can use instrumental track, but if there's anybody singing on that track, even if it's vocals and background singers, there'll be a strike. So
it could be. And here's the thing. It doesn't always sometimes it works for people. Sometimes people get away with it. It's hard to say, but the bottom line is I wouldn't mess with it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. It just creates more work for you. Okay, let's see. Let's just rattle off some more questions. Good question from Hugh Anthony Riley wants to know, wanting to start a live stream encompassing many different topics. How should I start? I would actually reverse that question. You need to niche down. What are you good at?
Mm-hmm.
What can you stream about? What can you talk about forever? I can talk about live stream. I can talk about cooking. I can talk about tech, gadgets, like all that kind of stuff, right? So you need to figure out what the one thing is you're really good at and put your effort into that versus I'm good at 10 different things, do 10 different things. You're going to find if you do 10 different things, you're going to make progress, but it's going to be very slow. Right. So feel free to, ask our Facebook group as well. They've got, people are always there to give some good advice for you. So what else? Let's see.
Oh, okay. Here we go. How do you add a different thumbnail as the main thumbnail on your live stream before I go live?
So that one's very easy. Inside of StreamYard, you create a new broadcast and there's an option to upload a custom thumbnail. That's going to go out to, what I do is I use the same one at the beginning of that one and all my other streams, but I send that one out to all the social platforms. And then inside of StreamYard under overlays, I upload the same one and I put that one up so that when I start the live stream, that's the first thing that people see. You can then go, if you want to, at the end and change the thumbnail, but you typically have to do that on the platform you're streaming to, whether that's YouTube, Facebook, etc. And you do that in the actual YouTube video itself.
Here's a little hint though. If you're multi-streaming and you set things up, some of them take different thumbnails and some of them will take a thumbnail. So I do Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Some of them don't take a thumbnail. And if you're going to LinkedIn and then you go back to change the thumbnail, you actually have to redo the whole thing. So make sure you're using one thumbnail that you like so you don't have to keep switching it through all the platforms.
Cool. So let's see what other questions we got. We've answered that one. For anybody, by the way, if you have questions about sponsorship, things like that, there's some questions. Just go to streamyard.com/contact and reach out to our team and just tell them that's what you want. Again, we try to focus the show on helping with, live streams and audio and issues and things like that. Questions that you have about your stream itself. If it's sponsorship, things like that, just send us a message and we'll, our team will respond.
Hold on. This is confusing me. Maybe it says, I wish we could just add a 30-second timer right into StreamYard. But we do.
So you can do that. Let's go. So with Joan Banco, like you would just have to create the timer outside in like Canva or Easel or a tool like that, and then import it into StreamYard and put it under brand under video clips.
So you can actually put it in the brand and you can actually do what we do right here for the countdown. You can actually put it into the logo section like this. And that's how we're doing our timer. So you can do 5, you can do 3, we've done many, 10 minutes.
And there's actually a 2-ish part question here. And so what I want to do real quick is this. So Joan is asking if I can demo this, and I'll demo this real quick.
Okay.
I think that's okay, right? Like I am going to be quick, actually, Charles. So
no worries.
Okay.
No worries. So yeah,
let me find this real quick. Okay.
Show 'em both.
Here's
That's
the studio.
timer. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the studio. And then let's say I've finished with my stream, my countdown timer. Okay. So I'm going to just go to a blank studio. So I'm in here and I'm like, okay, we have a built-in one for you, but if you have your own, you would export it from your own program to your computer. Then you'd click on add video clip. And at this point, this is where you would upload your countdown timer, and then it would come in here. And then you just click to play it. That's it. And you just click there.
Right. Now go up to the logo. Go up to the logo.
Yep.
And you do the same thing right there at the logo where it says logo. You click.
Yeah.
And then you add the 30 seconds.
If you want to put like the timer, like we've got like one of these, for example, like let's say like this. If you wanted this, that's just added under the logo section here.
Right.
Okay. What else we got, Charles?
Woohoo! All right, we rolling. Let me see.
We got just a handful of questions left, I think. Let's see. Okay, so I got to read through these, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just looking at something here. Okay. So I'm going to go over to starred comments, back to starred.
Yep. Here's a question. Okay, so this is from Pastoris Albert E. Tanya. We have been having trouble with videos at high speed. Videos are recorded from StreamYard and using the right specifications. Happens when we use a pre-recorded stream and also on uploaded videos. The video starts speeding up and it's frustrating. So I actually think that's a video quality issue on your end.
Yep.
What it tells me is that the frame rate does not match. That's what it's telling me. It tells me that maybe, yeah, go ahead.
No. Sorry to go on what Christian's saying because he made a great point. Before you put it in the videos, everybody, if you're going to share a video, did you run it a couple of times in your computer? Just because you get a video, don't just take it over there. Run it a couple of times in your computer to make sure it's going what you want before you bring it across. That's why personally, I love any videos I'm going to do. I upload it directly into StreamYard. It's easier, safer. StreamYard will make sure that it's okay to work, and then you'll see it pop on the screen. If it doesn't work, StreamYard tells you right there, video not compatible, something's wrong with the video. It's right there. So watch the video a couple of times before you try to upload it.
And if the video has issues when you go to play it, like say you downloaded it and then you tried to go play it, if it's from ours, like just go to streamyard.com/contact, reach out to our support team. They can take a look at the logs. They can see if there was a hiccup when your video was recorded. Like there's, if it's something you created, a lot of times what people do is they created at the wrong frame rate and then they try to play it at a different frame rate.
Yeah.
So that'll either make it, it might play differently. So without actually in terms of it being frustrating and embarrassing, I'm sorry about that. But you still you got to test it. Like you got to test the video. If you don't just assume like, hey, I finished it and I'm going to upload it, it's going to work the same.
No,
you got to test it. It could be your internet. It could be your computer, for example.
And
how what your system setup is.
And how did you download it? I get a lot of videos sent to me, say, hey, use this for the show. And it's in MOV. Yeah. Okay. It's not an MP3 video. It's not been squished. It's still in different formats. What's the bit rate? How many times? What's the size of the video? These are all things you have to look at before you upload it in. So check out the video first, preset your show, make sure all your videos work, then upload them. Because it is frustrating when you go live and then you're live and it's like chipping out, waiting. So it is frustrating.
So got a couple more questions here. Let's go. So with Joe's asking, she's saying, Joan is saying, does YouTube degrade video during live stream and replay? So remember, there is a little cog wheel on YouTube videos. So you can go and change, you can have them auto play. There's a little gear icon on the actual video itself. YouTube, when the live stream has finished, YouTube needs to process, and that can take 24 to 48 hours for it to even come back and look good. And so that's the first thing. Second thing is you got to look at the playback. There's a little gear icon on YouTube where you can select whether to have it auto play or to have it play at 480 or 1080 or 720 or whatever quality you've got. And so some of it could be a playback issue. Some of it could be like, I've also noticed sometimes I go to play something on YouTube and it doesn't play very well. And that could be like my internet for the day. It just might not be like working right. In terms of your Logitech Brio, I have one of those as well. My recommendation for you there is make sure you upgrade the firmware on that. A lot of people don't update the firmware on their Brio or any of their Logitech webcams, and you might I've noticed when I did, I saw a huge difference. So I'd say go and check that out. That's probably the easiest thing to do. By the way, El Shode for Villamar Via. I'm very close, by the way. I'm only 8 minutes over right now, which is much better than we normally are. So, okay.
Last one for me is right here. It says, I don't have, 1,000 subs yet, or should I try streaming to Facebook or other business pages? Now, for me, when I first started, because I'm on Streamyard and they gave me the option to stream to multiple platforms, I did. I started streaming to multiple platforms. And as people realized my show, they liked my show, I started showing them that I'm going to start narrowing it down to one platform. So I brought them over to where I like to stream, which is Facebook. I'm a Facebook person. So I have my groups, everything into Facebook. But yeah, in the beginning, I did it everywhere and it said, hey guys, join the community, come over. So when you're first starting, share it out everywhere you can and then bring it down to one place that you like. Start getting your numbers.
Okay, I got one last question. And this is a good one, actually. This is a good segue, actually, into... I like how we're doing this, Charles. This is a good segue into ending the show. So, StreamYard giveaway tool. By the way, everybody who's a StreamYard user, if you're on the free plan or the paid plans, doesn't matter. StreamYard.com/giveaway. You get access to a free giveaway tool. We'll show you how it works here in a second. Yep. How do you verify the winner's identity? Currently, I have the winner email me, but what happens if multiple email? So here's the thing, Mr. Pictovid. I do the same thing. I tell them to email me. And I will tell you right now, there's a lot of people that have not emailed me about prizes they've won. And so here's the thing, who the winner is, and you'll see this in a second. So who the winner is. If you have multiple people, make a checklist. Some people, I always tell people, keep a notepad next to your live streams, for example, for giveaways or things like that, right? And so if you have multiple people winning a giveaway, then you could draw, just make note of the names so that then you expect them to email you. For example, if you have multiple people email you and you only had one winner, then I would say, just tell the person, hey, you're not the winner. Here's a screenshot of it. Because you can go back and look at the live stream and see who won and who didn't.
Well, I was just about to say that. For me, every time I do my giveaway, I push the button screenshot. So all my winners, I have a screenshot so I can go back and look at all my winners because it has the name and everything. Yeah. When you pick a winner, push the button, screenshot.
Exactly. So I'm going to hide that comment. Now, what I want to do, let me get rid of that. So what I want to do real quick is I'm going to show you two things. Actually, Charles, do me a favor. Drop the link to the giveaway tool. This is a link that you should bookmark, by the way. Everyone should bookmark. And that's because everybody gets access to this. So bookmark the giveaway tool. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to draw a giveaway winner. Charles, what do you want to give away today? Let's, you know what? Here's what we're going to, let's do the water bottle. So we have a water bottle. It's a StreamYard water bottle. I don't have it here right here with me at my desk, but it's something new that we have in our store. And so very simple. You don't need to enter the yard. You don't need to enter anything, actually. Just leave a comment. Tell us, how about this? Just, we'll give you a couple minutes. I'm going to put the 3-minute countdown timer up right now. You got 3 minutes. Just leave a comment and tell us, did you enjoy this live stream?
There you go.
Now, this is what it's going to look like. So I'm going to show you guys this. So this is the giveaway tool. And we've got, and again, you only need to enter once. So you don't need to enter the hashtag or anything. There's no hashtag, no nothing. Just put in any comment you want. Just, in our case, just tell us what you liked about the stream. And what we'll do is we're going to draw the winner in about a couple minutes here.
And it's fun. And here's the thing about the giveaway tool. You can do multiple draws. You don't have to shut it down. You can draw about 4 or 5 times within the same thing. So if you have multiple giveaways, you draw one, pick the winner, go in, click it again, draw another one, click it again. So you don't have to keep uploading a new one each time. You can draw from the same basket each time, which is a fantastic tool to use.
And by the way, while we're waiting for people to enter, I just got to say, I'm loving all the feedback. I mean, we're getting, interesting show, always informative. Sty saying, hey, the stream is great as usual. Love the stream. Let's Go Sew with Joan Banco. Love that you've come back and watched with us. You know, this is what we're here for. We're here to help you. So, you know, don't be afraid to, like, I like answering your questions. Doesn't matter if it's a complicated question or an easy question, just ask them. You know, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you. And we're here to help you always, you know, get past some of those roadblocks that keep you from streaming. So, by the way, Farmer Brad, yes. Will previous winners be able to win again? Absolutely. Yep. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in for this week's show. Okay, so we got about a minute and change. While we're doing this, by the way, I just have a couple of quick points I want to make. And Sty, by the way, I see your comment about asking if the giveaway tool can be part of like branding or something. Yeah, we can see what we can do to include that, you know, have it better integrated. So let's see. Mr. Pictovid is also asking, should I specify in the giveaway? How do you have them verify they're the winner since I can't match their email? I think that's a personal thing. I think, like, I would say, for example, I have people email me marketing@streamyard.com and I know who the winner is. For the most part, like, if they don't give me the information and I'm like, well, that seems suspect, I don't know who they are, like, maybe just send them an email and say, hey, you know, what was your username on the channel? Or something to that effect. Or can you take a screenshot if it was from YouTube? Can you take a screenshot and show us, show us, like, you know, hey, show us that it was you or something.
Plus, if they message you, you can see the brand and the logo when they message you. Because remember, you took a screenshot of it. So when they message you, you'd see the logo and the brand pop back up again.
Yeah. Awesome. By the way, Dimeback Darren, thanks a lot. I got your email. Thank you. Okay, we're now going to pick a winner. Going to win a StreamYard water bottle. All you got to do is email marketing@streamyard.com. Let's go. And this is available to everyone on a StreamYard plan. Free, basic, pro, doesn't matter.
Come on, here we go.
Hey, look at that, Sty North. Sty, you are the winner. So, Sty, do me a favor.
Congratulations.
Let me find that real quick. There you go. Email marketing@streamyard.com. So, Sty North, marketing@streamyard.com. And we will get your StreamYard water bottle shipped out to you. Remember, you got to email me. So, don't forget to do that, please.
So, right now, if we were doing it, I take a screenshot, clack, know that what we gave away. Then when they come back, you have the information right there.
And by the way, so Adam, I'm gonna stop you real quick here. Hopefully you're still on here. So congrats, Sty. Just a couple of quick updates. So we are, let's see. So let me find this. So on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the next show for that is our town hall. Where you get to chat with Gage and Dan, the co-founders of StreamYard. So feel free to join them. It's a great show. There's a giveaway they do as well, but they always like to take your questions and your feature requests and whatnot. So do us a favor, please join that. Now, Charles and I have a small little change we're going to make. The month of March is going to be super busy for us. We've got a bunch of things that we're doing. We've got conferences and trips and whatnot. So what we are doing is we're going to adjust our show a little bit. We're going to move to March 26th. I realize that's about a month away, but we're going to move to March 26th, same exact time. And we're going to test out something. We're going to just do a stream on the 26th. So that's the same Saturday. And so it's going to be live stream reviews, our next version of that. So do us a favor, book your calendar, March 26th, or subscribe to us on YouTube. Actually, we love it if you did that. Subscribe on YouTube so that you don't miss a notification about that show, but it'll be the 26th of March. That's the next episode of live stream reviews.
Okay, so hold on. We'll wait. Go ahead. Everybody do it now. Subscribe. Click the bell. I'll wait. Get notified. Are you pushing it? Pushing the bell? Have you subscribed yet? Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you push the bell and subscribe. Come on, let me see it. Thumbs up. Do you like the show? You like the information? Do you want to see more of it? Then let's go. Subscribe, and do some more. Did I say subscribe already?
I know, right? So that's what our next show is. But with that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Yes, yes, Adam's exploits. Yes. So we're just adjusting it. We're gonna see how that works. But with that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This has been so much fun. I love doing these shows with you all every single week. Charles, love doing these with you as well. But all with that, we'll see you all on the 26th of March, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks a lot,
Keep streaming, everybody. Have fun and keep streaming. Keep streaming. See you later.
Bye.